Hi there, welcome back to Sugar Free Tarot. It's a general reading for all signs for Wednesday, 5th of September 2018. 3-card major arcana reading. I will then be pulling one from the swords, one from the wands, one from the pentacles, and one from the cups. And I will then be pulling one for guidance from the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle. So, just giving the major arcanas another little shuffle. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Absolutely thrilling to have new people coming on board. Super duper. Right, one last cut. Let's see what we get. Okay, card number 1. This is the energy as we come into the reading. The Magician. Okay, card number 2, the block or drain on your power. High Priestess. Interesting. Okay, and card number 3, the key to power. I had to think about that for a second. I'm not surprised, actually. It's the Hermit. He doesn't say much. He's generally rather quiet. Okay, let's see what we have here. I'm reading towards me, by the way, as I'm sure you'll be aware by this point. Okay, so we're coming in feeling powerful. What I'm getting from this straight away is that there is power in silence. And I think the block or drain here could be perhaps trying to read too much into things. And I say read too much into things, and my eye falls upon this Tarot de Marseille depiction of the High Priestess here with the book on her lap, the book of life, the book of knowledge. It's all there. She knows every word. She probably wrote it and edited it and self-published it, doubtless. What I'm getting here is just crack on. Don't worry about what things sound like when they're put into words. Don't worry also about sort of any imagined spiritual kind of ramifications of whatever it is that you're up to here in the Magician. It looks to me like Wednesday the 5th of December is a day for action, and it's a day for quiet action, because I see here that you could get yourself caught up in justifying yourself in terms of trying to explain whatever it is you're doing to make it look good. And I don't mean good as in good quality. I mean good as in morally good. To make it look right. To make it look like you're doing the right thing. Don't be overly concerned with what that means to other people tomorrow. Today. Whatever day you're seeing this. This is for Wednesday the 5th. I'm reading on Tuesday the 4th. The key to power here is the Hermit. Now, the Hermit doesn't need to explain to anybody about how the little lamp that he's holding illuminates his way. He doesn't need to explain that to anyone. He doesn't need to justify where he got that candle. He doesn't need to explain to anyone where he got the matches or the lighter. And I've just realised I forgot to buy a lighter when I was in town. Never mind. Hopefully it will last. He doesn't need to justify or explain any of that. He doesn't need to ask if it's okay that he got that stick from the elm tree in the woods, or explain why it is elm, why it is the right wood to use for that purpose. He doesn't need to explain himself to anyone, and nor do you. You could hold yourself up on Wednesday the 5th by trying to kind of show in the book that the High Priestess has on her lap here, to sort of show where it's written that you're allowed to do this. Bottom line is you are allowed to do this. I mean, bottom line is you do what you damn well want, but, you know, of course there are always consequences, but there we go. That's what we're all doing here on this plane, is doing what we want, even if it's to do what we don't want, even if that's what we want, and for some people it is, and reaping the consequences. That's what we call life. Keep your peace. Keep your peace, and don't weaken whatever it is that you're engaged upon by blabbing about it. And also, I would say there is great power in leaving the space empty, leaving the stage empty. You don't have to always be marching onto the stage and doing things. When you stay in the wings, you'll be amazed who comes onto the stage to do their bit and what it is that they do. But, you know, that's an aside. Keep your peace. Keep your peace. No one can see into your soul and work out why you're doing what you're doing. No one. That's your business. That's between you and your soul, between you and yourself. No explanation required. Let's have one from the swords. Okay, got the Knight of Swords here. Now, what I'm seeing here, the bit of this card that's jumping out to me here, you probably won't be able to pick it up on this rather poor camera, I must say. Must get that sorted out. The look in the horse's eye. The horse has a faint air of panic about him as the rider's like charging in with his message, and the horse is like, like steady on, like less is more. You know, the message will be the same, even if you deliver it 5 minutes later than you're going to deliver it. You're knackering me out, and you're frightening me a bit, frankly. Keep your peace. This is what the Hermit is telling us. Okay, King of Wands. He keeps his peace. He's holding it right there. There's his peace. Oh, sweet. Do you see the little creature down the bottom there? His little salamander friend. He's just sitting there nice and quiet. No one's bothered by him. Well, the King of Wands certainly isn't bothered by him, and he's not bothered by anybody. This is where your ideas and your projects and your endeavours can grow tomorrow. Just crack on quietly. Let's see what we get in the Pentacles. Oh, he's not rushing around like the Knight of Swords. Page of Pentacles. Now, what this is saying to me is that whatever it is that you're engaged upon, hold it gently. You don't need to be kind of pawing it or grabbing at it, and certainly not going on about it. Hold it delicately as this this page is holding this pentacle. Yeah, because sometimes when it's like, I'm getting the image of making bread. It is possible, if you're making bread from scratch and you have to knead the bread. Actually, I don't know if this is the case with bread, but I do know that in various sort of alchemical processes, and cooking is certainly an alchemical process, and life, doing things, is an alchemical process. It is possible to overdo things, to kind of overwork things. And sometimes things can be ruined by overworking them, over-examining them, over-explaining them, and certainly, in the case of the High Priestess being here as the block or the drain, over-explaining them and over-justifying them. You know, your life, your endeavour, your business, your karma. Okay, Four of Cups. Now, the person sitting under the tree here has already drunk from the 3 cups. And he knows what's in the 3 cups. He knows that. He's drained them dry and he's put them down there in a row and he's sitting there staring at them and he's like, right, is that all there is? Is that all there is? Really? And then the cosmic hand appears with another cup. Goes, yeah, look, I've got another cup. And he's like, nah, you're all right. No, I've done the cups. Yeah, I've done them. And cosmic hand says, but you don't know what's in this one. And he goes, nah, you're all right, I'll pass. Very silly thing to do. Let's see how that fits in. I mean, he could at least look. You know, give it a look, give it a sniff. You never know. Might be different from what was in the 3 cups. But he thinks he knows what's on offer. I mean, to the point even where perhaps he's not even looking. There's something in his peripheral vision. Yeah, peripheral vision and delicate handling and just sitting quietly in your power, like the king and like the salamander at the foot of the throne. Don't scare the horses. Yeah, you're clearly engaged upon some manifesting, some making, some creating, some manipulating of the forces of nature. And I know that sounds really dramatic, but that's what we do every time we run the water to brush our teeth. We are manipulating the forces of nature. That's what we do. Keep an eye out, if you can, for something in your peripheral vision. There's something delicate out there, and there's something that you might miss if you choose not to employ the hermit energy of just quiet contemplation. It's amazing what you see when you look at nothing, and it's amazing what you work out for yourself when you say nothing. Right, let's see what we can find in the Kuan Yin Oracle. I've been working with the mantra. Well, I did a 40-day practice, it's called, with the mantra of Kuan Yin recently. The mantra is Namo Kuan Yin Usa. It's the most beautiful, soft, merciful, all is forgiven, compassion mantra. It did me the world of good. A 40-day practice is very interesting. It's where you chant the same mantra every day for 40 days. And it doesn't sound like much, but pick your mantra carefully, I'll tell you that, because it changes you. You know, when the sonic codes of mantra get inside and start reordering your internal world, you know about it. Okay, I'll stop gassing. Hold these cards. And I'm going to say the mantra and then open the pack. And see what we have. Nice. Okay. We have grandmother ensures safe crossing. Now this is interesting. The Tibetan Buddhist version of Kuan Yin, who's more kind of Chinese Mongolian plains, certainly in this deck. The Tibetan Buddhist version of Kuan Yin is called Green Tara. They are both said, Kuan Yin and Tara are both said to have issued from tears, one from each eye, from the Buddha of compassion, Chenrezig, or in the Indian traditions, Avalokiteshvara, who heard the cries of the suffering and decided to stay in the human realm and cried 2 tears of compassion. One tear became Kuan Yin, the other tear became Tara. And Tara is said to be she who helps to cross the sea of misery or the sea of suffering. And here we have grandmother ensures safe crossing. Now, the grandmother here in this depiction the elderly lady here, sorry about the light there on the cards, reminds me very much here of the hermit. We've got grandfather hermit and grandmother Tara, ensuring safe crossing. Whatever it is that you're engaged upon tomorrow, don't worry. Come at it like an elderly person would, like an old person. And I mean, that might sound sort of counterintuitive, because I'm sure there's not a whole heap of like elderly people watching this. But you know, when we're young and we look at the old and they seem all sort of like doddery and stupid and all the rest of it, you know, especially the younger we are, the more silly the old seem. But, you know, we all get old, God willing. And when you are a little bit older yourself and you begin to perhaps engage with old people a bit, you find out what a, I mean, it sounds cheesy, but what a wealth of experience they have. They know a shitload more than we do, simply by having been around for a lot longer. So, as I say, whatever it is tomorrow, keep your eye out for something in your peripheral vision. Handle whatever it is delicately. Keep your peace and approach it like an old person would approach it. Very, very gently. I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe. I'll see you again in another reading. All best. Bye-bye.